My name's Susan Serrite and I'm a curator at Groam House Museum, where I've been for a good few years now. This particular exhibition began several years ago with the research work that was done by Chris and David Render on the life and work of Dr. William McLean. Chris and David are local enthusiasts and put a huge amount into finding out as much as they could about the Doctor, his finds and his archaeological sites. And the end result was a very small exhibition that was put up as part of the Highland Archaeology Fortnight. It was very well received and much interest was raised with this. And the thought was always at the back of our minds that it would be a really nice thing to be able to put a much bigger exhibition all about. The opportunity for this arose about a year, maybe even 18 months ago then, because we discovered from Kate McCulloch that there was a proposal to create a new organisation called ARCH, Archaeology for Communities Within the Highlands, and they were looking for partners. So we decided, even before they really existed, that what would be a really good idea was for us to go into partnership together and for them to assist members of the local community to volunteer and create an exhibition within the museum. And the topic of Dr. McLean was very much to the fore. He fitted the bill perfectly, using the research that Chris and David had already done and expanding on that. We were able to do this with Kate holding classes for people and groups after I think 14 total individuals were concerned, and they were taught about museum life behind the scenes. She described to them how we look after artefacts, what we do, how exhibitions are created, and with the assistance of a designer that was then brought in as well, then this work was able to go ahead. They had various different funders, and we were able to pull together funding from see, I have it written down here, from the Inverness Field Club, Robert Kiln Charitable Trust and Russell Trust. We got funding for, the museum got funding for, to enable new professional research to be carried out on the artefacts that McLean had found, all of which had been donated by McLean's wife to the National Museum in Edinburgh. Trevor Cowie who's in the archaeology department at the National Museums, was instrumental in giving huge amount of assistance, advice, and allowing us to view the artefacts, select the artefacts for display in the Groam House Museum, and so we got a lot of assistance and help from him. But Kate and the group really did everything else for themselves in their own right together. The end result, I think, is fantastic. It's given everybody an idea of actually how accessible archaeology and artefacts can be. And I think it's not just a case of putting things on display, but it's a case of how you can use them. And actually, lots of people can do this with a little bit of background training. There's no reason why anybody cannot do this work. It's fun, it's interesting, and it has the end result of being able to display to a very wide-ranging public their achievements and their work, and actually contribute dramatically to the local history that exists within surrounding areas.
Kate McLean. I'm a project officer with Archaeology for Communities in the Highlands, Arch. And Arch has been responsible for enabling a group of people to come together and bring this wonderful exhibition of objects from the National Museum of Scotland into Groam House by getting behind the doors of the museum and learning how to research, record and share and celebrate Highland archaeological heritage. And principally that's the aim of Arch. We're an organisation made up of members who have in their own ways been interested for a long time on bringing people together to celebrate the archaeology that we have. Literally, we're tripping over on our doorsteps here in the Highlands, and doing this through a series of courses and learning opportunities and activities which can either bring people into classroom settings to research documentary material, maps and photographs, historic photographs of the area and of their community, or going out into the landscape and exploring the humps and the bumps and the small ripples of stones that make up the living past in our landscape. And then to learn how to record that in order that it can be shared more widely. And this is a vital thing that communities do this, because our landscape is constantly changing. It's under a dynamic movement of development and shifting needs.
Right. I'm Evelyn Top and I live in Rosemarkie. I used to teach primary school in Och, and when I retired from it a couple of years ago, I thought, well, I need something to fill my time, so I volunteered for Groam House, something which has been in the village for quite some time but I've had no real involvement with. I've always been interested in history and the local history in particular, so when I saw the Display the Past course advertised, I thought, well, something for me. I'd known about Curate's Cave, obviously being a local. I knew very little about the excavation at it and even less about Dr. McLean. So I signed up, and there were 14 of us on the course. We met weekly from 10 o'clock until 12:30, usually in the leisure centre at Fortress, but we had one session at the Groam House Museum offices up at Rosemarkie, where we looked at the finds from the Black Isle Field Walking Club. We had another session where we went, some of us, not all the whole group, down to Edinburgh to meet with Trevor Cowie, who is the curator of the Early Man at the National Museum of Scotland, and that was a wonderful day. We left very early in the morning and got back very late at night. We visited the store in Leith, and he showed us the McLean artefacts that we would be having on loan from them for this exhibition. So we did quite a bit of research on how things are accessed. We learned the background of making up collections, and we did our own research for this project. My particular bit was Curate's Cave. Other people had research on Dr. McLean and on various artefacts from the McLean collection. We spent a couple of sessions in the museum working out how things were to be displayed, and then we came back once we had our drafts of display boards to see how we would put those up, and it's all culminated today with the opening, which is wonderful. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We've become a really good team working together. We met many interesting people who have come some from quite a distance to be involved in this, and I'm looking for some other projects to take part in, as well as volunteering in Groam House.
Well,